Hello guys, welcome to this Kerbal space program tutorial. In this video we will teach you how to orbit Kerbal. So the spacecraft that we're going to use is going to be one of the stock aircraft. It's called the Kerbal X. You'll find it in sandbox mode by clicking the load button. This spacecraft actually has asparagus staging, which means that these rockets burn off at different times. It's a bit complicated to explain, but you'll see what I mean during flight. So, it's pretty much just made of the one big launch stage and then the one little orbiter. It also has some landing legs as well. This has enough Delta V to get to the moon, but it's not very efficient. Let's launch it. Okie dokie. So this tutorial, I'm assuming that you know the basic controls of how to control your aircraft. Anyway, as soon as you get in, you want to enable SAS by clicking T on your keyboard. That will enable that. This craft doesn't have any RCS, but we don't need to use that anyway. So right. Okie dokie, we're going to launch. You don't need it at full throttle, but it still works. So you launch those rockets, then you let the stabilizers go off. It's good to do it full throttle from the start just to get it boosted up. But yeah, it's fine, we're already at a good speed. So as soon as they break off, you want to drop them, as like so. See, I told you like different ones will break off at different times. Anyway, we're at really good speed right now. So you just want to go straight upwards. You'll see at the bottom here, it says, it says 0 degrees. You want to keep it at that, and you'll be fine until later. So you just want to keep going up. This is an easy tutorial. Once you've mastered this, it's very easy. Once you understand the concept of that. Okay, so we've got, because of the asparagus staging, we have loads of fuel left in this main stage. So you'll see our altitude there. We're about to come out of the thick atmosphere. Okie dokie. Right, so we're reaching the thinner layer. You're going to want to click the D key and tilt ever so slightly to the right, making sure down here where my cursor is, it says 90 degrees. You just want to curve gradually. You can throttle down a little bit now because the atmosphere is much thinner. So you want to go here. This is good. And now we're going to check our orbit map, which you can access by clicking the bottom there, or by clicking the M tool. The M key, sorry. What am I on? Also, you can click that to bring that up, so you can control it while in this view. So you just want to keep tilting at this 45 degree on the 90 bit. It's hard to explain, but easy to grasp. We're gonna get like a 100,000 orbit. There we go. So that estimates it will be 2 minutes until we reach that. We're gonna press F5 to quick save, just in case we mess up. Okay, so we're gonna click on the apoapsis and click Add Maneuver. Then we're gonna drag the yellow thing there until we've got a good orbit like that, and then it will tell us when and where to burn here. So you'll see it estimates a 38-second burn, and the node is in 1 minute 30. This blue icon here will show you which way to burn. I mean, you could do it without maneuver nodes, and maneuver nodes are hard to describe in text, but it's easy to show you. While we're waiting to get there, you can time accelerate for easy to get there faster, but we're going to explain what periapsis and apoapsis mean. Periapsis means the lowest point to the body you're orbiting, and apoapsis means the highest point to the body you're orbiting. It's very simple, just a complicated name. Okay, so we've got plenty of fuel, and we're just going to time accelerate just until we get there. We can start the burn 10 seconds before. Doesn't really matter about timing as much. We just want to make sure you don't fall out. Okay, so now you're going to want to accelerate. You'll see the delta V here going down. That's how much velocity we have to change to get into orbit. So just keep your nav ball centered on the blue icon. Looks like we have saved a lot of fuel. We haven't even touched the landing unit yet. So we're going to keep going. Okay, they've cut, so we're going to press space to set this stage up. Okay, so as soon as that has a tick, you're good to go. Hopefully now, when we check this view, we've got it. So we are in a safe orbit, and what safe orbit means is the periapsis and apoapsis are both above 80,000 meters. This means that you're always going to be out of the atmosphere, so to speak. Anyway, congratulations, you're now in orbit. You can now do whatever you need to do. Like if you're in Korea, you can do your mission reports and stuff. But I'm gonna take good old Jebediah out for a little spacewalk. I done that by in the bottom right clicking EVA, which will take him on a spacewalk. You don't want to go too far, because if you right click him, you'll see he only has limited fuel. But we can go on a spacewalk. If you're in Korea, you can do your EVA report. You'll see the debris there from the other stage. It's a good time for a screenshot, actually. Anyway, some of you might want to get back. Okay, let me get back in by clicking F near the ladder. And then we'll click F to board. Okay, right. The most fuel efficient way to re-enter is by going to the apoapsis and burning retrograde, which means the opposite way to the way you're traveling, so backwards. Most people, when they're new to Kerbal Space Program, tend to burn straight down. This will get you there faster, but it will burn more fuel in the process. So I don't recommend that, because you'll never really need to get down that quickly. Okay, so we're going to time accelerate until we're at our apoapsis. When we're at our apoapsis, we're going to burn. I'll show you where to burn. But you can pick which spot you want to... I'm actually not going to burn at the apoapsis exactly. Right here is the Kerbal Space Center. So I'm going to try and get as close as possible to that. Because in Korea, I think it's parts that you recover have more value than the ones that you recover further away. I think the closer it is to there, the more the more valuable the pieces you recover are. So this is the retrograde icon on your nav ball. You want to burn in that way. So this is the opposite way to what we're going. We can burn full throttle. We don't need any of this fuel. We've got too much. So what we're going to do is set up our path to go a bit like there. Always place it a little bit forward, because the atmosphere will slow us down. We can always make adjustments, but you can do this wherever. You don't really need to worry about where you want to land on your first orbit. So we're going to time accelerate until we get there. The space center is just over those mountains, if you can see it there. We don't have any deadly re-entry mods, which means we don't need to activate a heat shield, which is good. Let me just put it, time accelerate until we get to the re-entry effects, because they always look really nice. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Okay, so it's just over those mountains. You can probably see a little lighter shade of green there. That is where the space center is. So we're now re-entering. Of course, this creates a lot of heat. In real life, they have heat shields on the bottom of their pods to absorb the heat. Okay, so yep, we can see that it's there. It's 70 kilometers away. There's also some mods that add deadly re-entry, meaning that if you don't have a heat shield or anything, you can burn up. Because I bet that's very hot now. Right. Okay. So if we go back onto this quickly, we can see that this is getting shorter and shorter. We're not going to make it exactly there. Right now you can either detach that and activate your parachute, or throttle a little more in the way you want to go. It doesn't really matter now. You're not going to add much more value. You're actually going to waste your fuel, which might turn out for the worst. So you're going to detach that. And when you feel it's safe enough, don't activate it too high. But we're going to activate the parachute. We're going to take off SAS. Activate the parachute. This will slow us down when it's not entered. You can see that. There's the space center right there. You can probably see the runway a little tad. Okay, so now we're coming down. It should activate, I think it's at 500 meters above the ground. It looks like we're going to have a collision, but we're not. Well, we shouldn't do. Well, we should be fine. It's the moment of truth. Oh dear. Whew. Right, okay, yeah. We're descending slowly. We're going to wait until it splashes down. All of the parts of that are blowing up. Right. So we're going to time accelerate until we're going down. Look at Jeb, he's so happy to be back. Okay. We are now safe at home. You can now hover your mouse above that and click recover vessel. So that was how to get into orbit. In the next episode, we are going to teach you how to get to the moon. Which may sound a little bit, what's the word? Adventurous. But trust me, it's easy once you learn how to. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want more of this. And goodbye.